Water features are lit differently than any other element in the landscape. Let's take a look at a few techniques that we used on our most recent projects. So Chris, we're standing in front of a small water feature. Tell me a little bit about how you decided to light the structure.
We had a couple of different options. We could have utilized the branch above it for doing some downlighting. We steered away from that because of the reflection in the water. We decided to go with an underwater light for this fountain.
And is an underwater light usually better for agitated water?
It definitely works better for agitated water. Had this had a sheer descent, we might have used a smaller puck light.
So how do you go about installing an underwater light? I don't see a wire, therefore the wire must be somewhere.
Correct. In the bottom of this fountain, there's a water pipe that comes in, and we put an extra electrical sleeve, which is just basically a conduit over to a dry area. We got the FX LL underwater light with a 100-foot lead. Okay. We ran that through the conduit chase and made our connection over there.
Oh, great. So now what about the lead here? If something were to go wrong, do you have enough slack to pull the fixture out?
We do have the ability to go ahead and pull that fixture above the water line to do any kind of repairs, maintenance, or changes.
So you've planned for the best of both worlds here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the fixture itself. Is it a white-only fixture? Is it color changing?
No, we went ahead and did the color changing, the ZDC here. It's by the entryway of the residence, and we thought it would be a really nice feature.
Okay, so do you find that the homeowners using this color feature all the time, special events or holidays, or when do they typically change the colors?
They're definitely using it on holidays, parties, and they've been using the color wheel quite frequently with the kids.
Okay, interesting. Well, great. Last question is the timing of the pump itself. Is it on any type of special timer separate from the lighting?
It does come with its own timer, but we went ahead and utilized one of the FX Luxor cubes to put it as a group on the Luxor app.
So you can control not only the fountain, but it's the colors and whether it's on or off, all from the same app.
That's correct, Ryan.
Wow, I love the modern architecture here.
Yeah, you know, the fountains do a really good job offsetting from the concrete and the water. I mean, everybody likes water. Look.
Yeah. So tell me, Mark, you have 3 different water features here. What was going through your mind when you decided to light up these features?
Well, I mean, I think it's all about effect. We're trying to really try to showcase these water features the best that we can.
Great. So did you use a fixed mount version or one that had the angling capabilities?
We used the one that had the angling capabilities. Again, I think it just gives us more flexibility.
Okay. And when you decide to angle them, what are you aiming them at? Is it underneath the water? Is it against the back wall itself?
We're trying to actually catch the water.
What I like about this water feature is that it gives you a combination of 2 looks of the water. You have the glass-like and smooth-like look of the water on the top, and then the agitation down at the bottom. What type of effect are you creating with the light itself?
Well, I think what you're trying to do is, you know, get the best of both worlds and get the light not only to reflect off the water itself, but also give some backlighting to it.
Here's the trickiest question with any underwater fixture. Okay, where is the wire?
This light specifically comes with it's got a 30-foot waterproof lead that we can go ahead and run behind the fixture and then out inside the bed where it's completely hidden, and we're not changing the integrity of the fountain, the light, so it's very easy to manipulate it, cut it through the back, and splice it off to a place where a customer would never see it.
Well, that's great, and it's great that you thought ahead of time in order to be able to hide that wire.
So, unfortunately, we've done this before. We have not given ourselves enough lead. Okay. So on this job, we went ahead and made sure that we had enough lead on it to be able to service the light down the road if, per se, something were to happen.
Perfect. So Chris, we're standing here at a large water feature. Tell me a little bit about how you decided to light this area.
What we did is this sits in the center of the courtyard, and it's a focal point as you come through the front doors of the hotel.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So what we wanted to do was really emphasize it and highlight it. So we chose the FX underwater lights, the LL.
Now, how do you best decide how to light water? Agitated versus still, above the water versus underneath the water? How do you decide that?
There's generally not a right or wrong answer. A night adjust is going to be your best bet, but what we did here is we tried to move the fixtures back and catch the water as it's coming out of the spouts.
Great. Now, did you have any challenges with the installation of these?
As you can see, there's 5 spouts coming out.
Yeah.
We found it challenging to kind of hide the wire. on this particular install.
Yeah, because it already existed. You're lighting after the fact.
Correct. Generally, we like to sweep out of the fountains to a higher point than the water level. Just makes for an easier transition on wire and everything.
So what do you do with wires when you are lighting after the fact?
On a fountain like this, where we're working after the fact, we had to go ahead and just tuck them in the kind of the most inconspicuous spot.
And then for the wires to leave the water feature, really just have to jump right over the edge?
Had to tuck them up in a corner. The nice thing is at night, those corners are kind of dark, so the wire's really not seen that much. We did the best we could.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we have to do with what we have.
Absolutely, that's all we could do.
Now, did you use color in this situation?
Absolutely, we used color. Anytime you got an opportunity to introduce color into a water feature, you're going to get the best results.
Now, how do the property managers use color in this scenario?
The color looks amazing. Again, we've got each individual fixture in its own group on that ZDC transformer, which enables them to do a red, white, and blue pattern for 4th of July, Memorial Day. They theme it for NCAA basketball, Super Bowl. They host a lot of weddings here, and they like to match the bridesmaids' dresses.
Yeah, great. Well, I'm sure that looks phenomenal for all these events.
It looks excellent. It looks really good.
When lighting water features, fixtures can be used to illuminate both moving and still water, creating looks that range from sensational to peaceful. To illuminate water features from the bottom or side, use an LP puck light. Many water features require a directional fixture that can be aimed into the water to highlight movement. Water is one of the areas of a site where color has a transformative impact. With color, change a water feature from serene and quiet to lively and exciting. I hope you gained some new inspiration for your next water feature project. For more information, go to fxl.com.